Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. As always, shout out to the 19. So, folks, we're going to take a little stroll down WNBA memory lane. And for a reason, because we're tying it into something more recent, but we need a little bit of refresher uh, to talk about this, to talk about the hypocrisy of the WNBA. You all may remember Renee Montgomery, Atlanta Dream owner, who had some things to say about Caitlin Clark fans a little while back. That I did a video on that turned out to be one of my most popular videos. And I'm not gonna take you through the whole thing, but I have a bunch of clips already set up that are short, really short clips that I want to play as a reminder, and then get into what the Atlanta Dream are doing for the upcoming 2025 season. So let's dig in a little bit.
Group cannot be a representation of what the WNBA would want in their league. This is our league. This was built, I feel like as a women's basketball historian myself, I've been watching since I was 5. I was here before the league started, as a lot of the fans on social media feel the same.
Okay, let's dig in that. You hear that, Fever fans? They don't want you. You're not a representation of what they want to be. That's one of their biggest problems. She has brought actual basketball fans to the WNBA. They don't want actual basketball fans. Now, this built thing is starting to get on my nerves. And I mean, no disrespect to players, but the early players, they didn't build anything, they played basketball. The investors built the league. The NBA built the league. And in fact, you could say the league has never actually been built since it's never actually turned a profit. By the way, what fans, Renee? What fans are we talking about? Just clue me in, because again, like I said, the league has lost millions of dollars, but she's going to talk about the fans. And again, she goes to social media. So anyway, I want to do just let's flip through some of these.
That ain't a representation of us. Y'all not like us. They not like us, okay?
And there we go. Remember that doozy, folks? You are not like them. Well, that is one of the most disgusting, most divisive things I've ever heard. You can't be fans of Caitlin Clark in the WNBA because Renee doesn't like you. You're different than her. You might have an opinion that's different than her. Most likely, you know basketball better than she does. By the way, go ask Renee how she ended up being an owner, because that's an interesting story. Uh, but I think that's really important to remember with everything else that has been going on. Okay, this was not that long ago. Not that long ago. This is an owner in the league. The league never addressed it. Nothing ever happened. Just like the sports media. Have you noticed, since now that it's been a couple days, the sports media, the WNBA, nothing has been said about Carrington's behavior from the other day. I promise you, if that was Caitlin Clark, it would be everywhere. She would be on blast. I would say she'd be suspended. However, that might not happen because then all these fans that they think they're earning, none of them would tune in for the 2025 season when Clark wasn't playing. They wouldn't be watching on TV, and they certainly would not be going to games. So maybe they wouldn't do it, but it sure would be on blast in the news. Absolutely.
Okay, so please don't confuse me saying motivated by hate by meaning hating on a team the way a normal die-hard fan would. For instance, let me just give you some examples. A die-hard Falcons fan can hate the Saints, but they would be going a little bit too far if they created nude AI pictures of Saints players and then sent them to the Saints players' families.
Okay, now if y'all remember, that was from Angel Reese said that on a podcast. Never showed any evidence at all that these are Caitlin Clark fans. Which hold, let me go another second. I think she might have.
That's what Caitlin stans have done to Angel Reese.
Now she says that definitively, doesn't she? With no proof whatsoever that a single legitimate Caitlin Clark fan ever sent to her. Are there trolls online that may have done that? I'm sure. But then again, for those of you that want to go down that route, and I shared it in this video. I won't waste your time with it now, but there's someone that even said it. That like there are websites out there literally listing celebrities alphabetically with nude photos. And by the way, nude photos were done long before AI. They were just done with Photoshop. Go look at any of your go look for any of your favorite celebs, and stay away from safe search and you will find them. So it's absolutely absurd for her to make this statement as if it's true, by the way. She doesn't say, well, I think, I believe from the facts, here's why I think this way. It's no, Caitlin Clark fans are the ones that did this.
A diehard Tennessee Vols fan could have hated our UConn Huskies, but they would have been going way too far if they sent death threats to the UConn players.
Okay, and same thing there. So I'm not saying those threats were not sent. I'm not, because again, social media, lots of crazy people, lots of trolls. So I'm sure it happens. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below. And don't get too carried away with your wording because your comment will probably just get deleted. And it's not by me, it's the algo. Um, what do you think? Now, see, she doesn't play victim. She doesn't whine, moan, and complain. So we never have heard it from Caitlin Clark, and we never will hear it from Caitlin Clark. But can you all imagine what Caitlin Clark's, social media messages look like, what her email looks like in terms of things like this that they are blaming on Caitlin Clark fans? Can you imagine what Caitlin Clark herself has received? But no, it's just Caitlin Clark fans that are doing this. You are evil. Okay? Again, for those of you, and I hate to say it because stepping back from all the nonsense that the cesspool that is the WNBA, I would love for a women's professional basketball league to succeed. But it's hard to start rooting for others when this is what the entire league has given us all season long, all year long, and they haven't let up. Ay, ay, ay.
But being racist, sexist, and violent with your words, come on now, what are we doing? Come on now, that's not acceptable. I mean, honestly, imagine if one of the stands said the things that they were saying. What if they said it to your daughter, your wife, your cousin, your sister? Folks might be ready to fight, okay?
Again, trolls. She's equating trolls with the Caitlin Clark fan base. That's part of social media. It's all media, for better or worse, and in this case, obviously worse. But it has nothing to do with the WNBA. It has nothing to do with Caitlin Clark fans. Interestingly enough, when people dig up things that Angel Reese's actual friends say, that when things that Asia Wilson's close friends actually say, then it's, oh, well, Angel's not responsible. Asia's not responsible. They don't need to speak out on that. But when we're talking about trolls, like, I don't know, Dr. Oliver, fill up your holes. When we talk about that, then that becomes the entire Caitlin Clark fan base. One more quick one for you, and then you're going to see what Renee has decided to do.
Okay, so Caitlin, unfortunately for her, this is a group that is attached to her, not her asking this group to follow. It seems that they found a home in this fan base.
And there we go again. See, it's all these awful, disgusting people because of the lack of tan that Caitlin Clark has that have decided to follow and use that to say all these terrible things that are, again, being said by trolls. By the way, Renee, no one asks for a fan base. I hate to break it to you, but athletes and celebrities, they really don't choose that sort of thing. Fans either follow them and support them because they like them or they don't. Now that we've been reminded by a lot of the wonderful, wonderful things said by an actual WNBA franchise owner, a team, by the way, that moved from their measly little 4,000 seat arena to set a record of over 17,300 for Caitlin Clark. Gee, they might do it again. They just might do it again. Shout out to Ken Swift for finding this. But let's take a look at this, folks. Oh, look at that May 22nd Atlanta Dream Fever game in Atlanta, Georgia. Look at the lowest price, $432. Oh, June 10th, the lowest price, $471. $70 for the Connecticut Sun game, $150 for Dallas, $153 for Chicago. Is that Mystics game on here? $49 against the Washington Mystics, $160 against the Dream, and $46 against the Lynx. Right? The Lynx. Correct me if they went to the finals. So Renee, despite all that soapbox speeching, is really, really okay with taking money from these people. The Caitlin Clark fans, I mean, of course. Now, it's interesting that they're charging those kind of prices. I mean, this is the league where they started offering free tickets. All you had to do to get a free ticket to a WNBA game was to show proof that you didn't have any other plans. That's it. Just show proof you didn't have any other plans. And they would let you in with a free ticket. If you had other plans, then no, that wouldn't happen. Because, of course, if you had other plans, that was what you would be doing because no one was going to WNBA games. It's sad that I have to say this next part, but just as a caveat, yeah, I completely made that up. Although I'm sure somewhere along the line there were free tickets for something, but I know I'll get people in the comments about how awful it was that I said that and I mocked the WNBA and that it wasn't true. But again, this just goes to the absolute utter hypocrisy of these people. If Renee Montgomery had any principles whatsoever and truly believed all the nonsensical stuff that she was just saying, you would not be seeing these prices. You would not see them move to another arena where they can sell more tickets because you're not like her. They don't want you. This is not what the WNBA wants. If that were true, Renee would keep them from attending games against the Atlanta Dream. She wouldn't sell these prices because why would she? I mean, from a principal perspective, why would she dare to benefit financially from such awful, awful human beings? And on top of that, move to an arena where she could sell, 17,000 tickets instead of 4,000. Absolute, complete ridiculousness. Garbage. This is an owner in the WNBA. I'm going to leave it there before I get wound up. Let me know your thoughts on all this crazy in the comments below. I really appreciate you checking this out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It does really help out a lot. I do appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.